What's up, guys? William John Raitt, and we are back with another episode of Design and Invest. This is a design deep dive of the 120-year-old beauty you see behind me in the wonderful Los Feliz neighborhood. This house is built in the early 1900s, I would say 1910-ish, maybe a little earlier than that, maybe 1907, 1903, somewhere in that area. It's hard to tell. I never checked the records, but it is a legal duplex. My client bought this house for, I don't know, like $1.2 million. It was dilapidated, underutilized. The upstairs was a good big area, but it was only a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And so we converted the upstairs to a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath. And in this area, believe it or not, a 3-bedroom this size and with these kind of finishes will rent you $6,000, $6,500 a month. Which is, it sounds absurd to people watching this, but this area has a great school district and it's super, super hip. Downstairs was an underutilized 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and just a really funky floor plan. So we converted it to a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and it has very low ceilings, but back in the days, you know, it was allowed, and you know, it's grandfathered in, so it's acceptable. And so we tried to do features in there that are not blaring you in the face that the ceilings are short, but it's literally like 6'4". If you're 6'4", you don't want to rent downstairs. But we're gonna jump in right now. I'm gonna talk about all the finishes, why we chose them. As you know, I'm also a developer, so for clients like this that are developers, they put full trust in my hands. He said, here's the keys, give them back to me with a beautiful house that I can sell, and that's exactly what we're doing. Also, a perfect example, this house, of taking and maximizing it. You have a duplex here, okay, that you're buying for a good price in an area that's fantastic. So just as a straight flip, you could probably sell this for $2 million, you know? So that's really great juice if you're buying it for $1.2 million. But the garage, you can convert the garage to an ADU, which we have plans on for this house to do an ADU. And then you can also put another, because it's already multifamily, 2 units, you could do by right 2 detached ADUs. So you have the detached garage as one, and you could literally do another one in the backyard if you wanted to. It's kind of like really like chopping up the backyard and not allowing these units to have much yard space. But we have some tricks and some little things for that. But I believe the client is just gonna go for the garage conversion, so that way you have 3 units here. Parking is an issue here in Los Feliz, and so we'll talk about that first before we go check out the finishes on what we did, a little sort of hack to this. So let's check this out real quick. We built this front fence, sectioning it off, but leaving the side open, okay? This was all front yard before, and I'll show you the photos of that. So what we did is we created 3 spots side by side. We did a DG right here, and it's a treated DG, so it'll harden like almost concrete, and it won't be all over the place and messy. It just looks like sand, but DG is decomposed granite, and it actually is pretty close to just being like a solid surface without having to pour concrete. It's a whole lot cheaper, and it looks kind of cool too. So we sectioned off the yard almost in half to give the upper, more desirable high rental unit, high rent priced unit, a little private yard of their own. And then we sectioned this off so you can have parking. If you see, you have a long driveway with an easement to the neighbor's property too. So you could very easily tandem spots up in the driveway and pull around and get in front and, you know, parallel in between. So you theoretically have 3 spots up ahead right in front of the garage until you start obstructing these spots. So 3 there, 3 here. So 6 parking places for 3 units, more than plenty for a property like this. And we planted these ficus trees here, so that way when they fly up, I mean, we just planted them, these things will be 10 feet in no time, and lush. So it'll create a wall right here where you don't see in at a bunch of cars parked in the yard. It doesn't look funky, and it allows for privacy as well, you know, and you'll still have the curb appeal because you're standing right here looking right at this beautiful Craftsman. And let's jump in and talk about the design, because that's the most fun for me, because I like saving stuff. I like taking the old, mixing it with the new, but keeping it cohesive. And this house here, I used to do tons of Craftsman back in the days, and so I love these. And so let's jump in, and I think you'll appreciate this episode in the design. Okay, so let's start with jumping into the downstairs unit, the Hobbit house. So right off the bat, right when you come in, we replaced the door with a nice new solid wood Craftsman door, Craftsman style with the windows on top, and then we just stained it to match the sort of vibe we're going with here. On the outside, we didn't repaint. We repainted the entire house, but we kept the color the same. We color matched it because it was a great color. It just needed new life brought into it. So we repainted the whole house, color matching the same sort of sage green, and a lot of the wood wasn't in great shape. So the wood that wasn't in great shape, we just patched it and painted it sort of a wood color, this dark brown. The other parts of the house that were in good shape, we left and we refinished, and they came out beautiful. I'll show you some of those areas as well. And then when we stained the front gate, I wanted to keep it in with that same darker sort of brown stain as well. And you know, change out all the fixtures. This unit here, before it was a very dysfunctional, you know, unit. The kitchen was off to this side, and this was opened up. It was a very good use of space. So you don't need a big kitchen in a unit like this. So this kitchen is more than sufficient. You have a dishwasher, you have your sink, you have, you know, a full-size stove. We use a nice industrial style stove. We put some floating shelves on that wall, keep it real hip and modern, but in touch with the vibe that we're going with here. This one we used wood veneer cabinetry, which is more modern, but I think you could really get away with it here in this this guest unit. You want it to be brighter and airier and just sort of fun. And so it's a small kitchen. The ceilings in here can be very low. Anywhere that already had exposed to the ceiling rafters, we kept it there. We didn't drywall it to make it smaller, and we just kind of played it. There's imperfections. You see nails and like some like holes and stuff in a wood, but that all adds character. And we're talking about a 120-year-old house here. People are buying the house or renting a house for top dollar because of these features, because of the area, the history here. You know, everybody used to live here in old Hollywood back in the days. This was a very established area when Hollywood first started out. These windows were all casement windows. Really nice. Somebody spent money on these back in the days. These are a newer but wood window, probably, you know, 15, 20 years ago. They replaced this and spent a lot of money doing so. And so we kept all of this original Craftsman style, you know, trim around everything. We just brought it back to life. We put window treatments throughout both of these units, roller shades. I have a guy that does these for a really good price. I think for both units, it was like $2,000, which is not a lot for as much that we have here. And you know, this kitchen, we used flush mount light fixtures, so that way nothing hangs down. You can't go up because this is the floor to the upper unit. So we you know, we did some soundproofing, so we muffled the noise. There's still gonna be some noise and creaking and stuff, but it's not as bad as it would have been. We put foam, we floated the floors with concrete upstairs, and then we used vinyl with the underlayment, so it buffers that noise a little bit. But let's walk around this unit and check it out. It really is nice. So in here, this will be the living room space, okay? You could float dining as well, like a little four-topper over here if you wanted to. That wall over there, we extended it, and so that'll be a good TV wall right here. It's not a big TV, but you could put a TV console right here and a TV right here in front of the return. This unit didn't have AC before. I think that was a wall unit, and so we put in a 2.5 ton AC unit to service this unit, and all new ducts. Really hard to get the ducts in here because you're dealing with the neighbor upstairs so you don't have a lot of like headway here. So luckily the back part of this is underneath the house. And so we were able to sneak the vents in from there too. So basically how I would stage this area if we were staging this unit, and it would be pretty important if they decide to sell this property to stage this unit. The smaller units like this, people cannot imagine where stuff goes. So what I would do in a way that I designed it when I originally like did all the floor plans and such is sofa along this wall over here, okay? So your sofa, you can kick off a chair over there or have a sectional coffee table, and then you could float over there like a 2-topper or small 4-topper with chairs that go underneath. So the only time they're out or when you're using them. And then a small TV stand there and hang a TV above right there. We couldn't put this return anywhere else. This was the only location that we could put it where it would service the unit correctly. But I think we maximized for the amount of space that we had here and getting that very important 2-bedroom, 2-bath out of this. That was the most important part. So we checked that box, and we don't have a super small living space. So that's pretty good. We sacrificed a little bit on the kitchen, but I wanted to make the finishes in the kitchen very nice so that way it didn't feel like anybody skimped on size, quality, or anything. We used full-size appliances for everything, the dishwasher, the stove, the fridge, and for the rest of the unit, we'll walk through right now. Let's walk into the master. This used to be the kitchen, and I'll show you, we'll insert a bunch of befores of the space too. Electricity is not on yet, the utilities are not turned on, so sorry if it's a little dark, but this space here was the old kitchen and cabinets and stuff, and so they had this exposed brick. I exposed it a little bit more so that way you can really take that in, but you know, this shows the 100-year plus of this house, the age. It's a cool feature, it's very hip over here. People eat these kind of features up, so having that, maybe even as your bed wall, let's say you put your bed right there up against there, that looks cool, like behind your bed. Nightstand, TV over here. You even have plenty of space to kick off a chair somewhere. We worked in a closet right here. So there's a custom walk-in closet. I didn't go too crazy with the shelving and custom solution. We just did shelf and pull, but you can hang a lot of stuff in here, and I put it at a height where you can put a second row if you wanted to, and it'll still fit. The ceilings were exposed like these to the floor joist above, and it had this weird little soffit thing that ran around with some lights in it. So I played into that and carried it through so it looks consistent. So you have lights around the entire soffit sort of perimeter, but dropping these ceilings or putting drywall here would be a really bad idea, being as short as these ceilings are. You don't want to draw more attention to that. You want to have original kind of details. I mean, look, you have like these notched out holes. Who knows what this stuff was for, 100 years ago, whenever they did these cuts. It was probably some plumbing or something, or who knows. But I think not patching those kind of things is a good decision in homes like this because it shows you that age. You have these original wood windows with, Craftsman details around them. Like, look at this. Look at these beautiful window seals, and then these casement windows. We put the window treatments throughout as well, so it looks really cool. There's a bathroom here that we snuck in that wasn't here before. This is not the biggest bathroom, and there's no light in here, but it's a very functional bathroom. You have a stand-up shower, toilet, small vanity. That's all you need. We chose cool finishes. It's like a fake marbleized tile. I get this for like $3 a square foot. It looks really nice, so it looks like real marble. And then we continued that version in 2x2 for the flooring and the curb. And then we chose a different tile for here, probably like $2 a square foot, 12x24s, in a kind of real stone looking material type of vibe to it. The floors are vinyl floors, very durable for rentals. We chose to do that upstairs and downstairs. And the reason for doing that is because these will be a rental to somebody. And so having that durability, and this is also basically underneath the house kind of, so if there's ever a leak or whatever, it's not gonna just sop it up with wood, and wood would be a bad idea here. So these are very, very durable. We chose a color that's in between gray and taupe to play on the browns of the windows and window treatments and the sort of grays, the moderns, and we used nice door handles. These nice levers. These are like $17 a piece, $15 a piece. could skimp on stuff like that, but it's not worth it for these kind of homes. When you have a price point for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, that's $3,500 a month, you want to have some nice finishes. And so you have to have AC, you have to have a lot of boxes checked, full-size appliances. But we chose brushed nickel, stainless steel downstairs, and upstairs we did all matte black. And so let's look at the other bedroom and the hallway. This bathroom here was existing, and it's very Craftsman-y. It's very dirty right now, so I don't even want to look in there. But we kept it. We're probably gonna just do a little bit of regrouting after it gets cleaned and some touch-up paint. But that bathroom was already pretty solid, and it's period to this sort of style with, Craftsman, small tiles, black and white. And this corridor here, we built, and we basically furred this entire wall out to accommodate a bigger room here, because before it was a very small room. And so it made this room a lot bigger. This hallway turned out to work in our favor because it's now used for utility. We were able to sneak in the ductwork and the return underneath here. We put a full-size washer and dryer stackable here, a little, storage area right here for, for your dirty clothes hampers, for your bottles of detergent, a little light, and then here's the bedroom itself. A lot of really cool original details of this wood. I mean, this is, before it was pretty funny because the window treatments they had here, I'll try to find a photo. They actually painted these stripes on the window treatments and the walls, so it looked like it just kind of blended. It was really bizarre, but we use flush mount light fixtures here. We don't really have space up there because, again, this is a floor joist, so we couldn't drop recessed cans in there. So these really nice, clean LED flush mount light fixtures, these are like like 20 bucks for a pack of 2. But they work perfect for when you have height issues, or if you have like a hallway or somewhere, garages that you just want to smack in a light. These are really good. So AC, we have, if you look at the size of this room, that would be the obvious bed wall right there. We made sure that we were thoughtful with the receptacles to fall behind each nightstand. Here would be like your dresser and TV, maybe a chair kicked off in the corner. The closet was a built-in sort of area right here that we just put a door on and close it off a little bit, put a shelf and pull. Now you have an actual closet for the bedroom, not just like some weird built-in area. But you guys are gonna get a kick out of the befores and afters of this property because it's really dramatic change. This property end to end was probably about 5 months rehab. And the owner, he's gonna do really well on this property. I hope he keeps it because this is one of those treasures that you look back at, in 10 years, and you're like, oh man, I should have kept that. I think that kind of stuff all the time, but I don't know what his plans are for this. He might keep it, he might sell it, but for sure it was a good buy, and it's beautiful originality of the home, and we played into it, with the design features. Wait until you see the upstairs. We're going there next. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the upstairs unit. First I wanted to point out, we corralled this whole side right here. We basically split the yard in half for parking, half for a private yard for this unit right here. This small downstairs unit doesn't have a yard space, but really it doesn't need one. It's totally fine. This one, the kind of rents that they're gonna be asking, or an owner can live here and rent this one, but you wanna give them their own yard space. So we also put ficus trees lined on both sides of this little yard. This is manure and seed, so this is gonna come firing up in no time. And over here, if you look, you have this whole space to this unit, and then right behind you, we have an original little storage unit too, because they're gonna be converting the garage to an ADU. So this unit doesn't have any storage, but now it does. It's a pretty big space here too. And then we have this beautiful pepper tree that canopies this whole front side of the house. And it's really a beautiful wispy tree. And they're a little messy, they can be, with the leaves and the peppercorns and stuff, but they are really beautiful. And then we have this original pathway that goes out to the street. And so this unit has access from the front for guests to come in this way. And I kept this original brick pathway because it's really cool. This side already had some nice mature trees, so I didn't do anything on that side. Up here, like I said, we color matched the original paint and repainted the entire house, keeping some of the original details of wood, because some of them were in really good shape. So if you see here, all of this siding is real wood. This section, we refinished it, sanded it down and restained it to match that original, but you see the wood grain. I mean, it's beautiful if you look over here. Like, we try to keep as much of that as possible. In areas that we couldn't, we color matched the wood and did a paint instead. But we really try to keep as much as possible of the original. I mean, this whole staircase, like, look at how beautiful this is. This is probably original to the house. I have no way of telling, but definitely this front door is. Come check this out. So look at this beautiful windows. I mean, it's beautiful woodwork. Look at this door. This door with the beveled glass. I mean, where are you gonna find a door like this? This is such an odd size too. It's like 48 inches and just a very weird, cool design, but original to the house and beautiful. I wouldn't touch that ever, like just refinishing it. And I didn't even want to refinish it to where it was so beautiful and precise, and like I wanted to keep it a little bit of that age in there. So there's some surface scratches and stuff that we just sort of old Englished over because I wanted to keep some of that. As crazy as that sounds, I think that if it's too refined, it doesn't look real. And so this house is very much real. You have this whole sort of front colonnade area here. And so this will be a beautiful big dining table right here. You can put a giant one here if you wanted to, this whole side. You have all these original windows, casement windows, and this wood features and details. You have some nice crown and and features that we wanted to keep and play into. This here, there was a fireplace, there was some really ugly old details here, weird painted ceilings. So, but we kept the original coffered ceilings. These original details are beautiful, and I wouldn't, like I said, ever touch those. Original windows, original details here, wanted to play into all that. In the kitchen, I chose a white shaker with a quartz, like a marbleized quartz. So it looks like real stone, but it's not real stone. I put in a little bit of a modern detail with the waterfall feature here. So water falls down, and again, keeping it within one slab, like I said in earlier videos, saves you a lot of money because these ones are quite expensive for the island size, but you can sneak in a waterfall if you get it to the right size. This, by the way, whatever this measurement is exactly like 9 feet from the floor there to the wall there, and it's a 9-foot slab. So you just 45 cut it, smack, smack, and then you have your overhang on that side for bar seating. This room, we had to really maximize the space, but be very careful too, because you don't want to impede too much in the kitchen and living, because we don't have a big living room here. So this would be a floating sofa, chair, nice big console table or chair on that wall with a console, not console, but a TV stand, TV above it. 100% if he were to go sell this property, you would have to stage this unit because people are not gonna be able to see all the furniture here, but with furniture here, it'll look remarkable. I mean, I could just picture it now. So we put floating shelves on that wall. I love displaying nice, plates, nice cups, some nice decorative items up there. And then on this wall, we did some uppers. We used 36-inch appliances. We kept them nice and industrial looking. This is a brand I use locally, Cosmo. These are, I think, about $1,200 brand new for a 36-inch range like that. It's a very, very good deal. And then 36-inch range hood above it. We didn't put any microwaves in here. You could always put one on the countertop if they wanted. I didn't want to clutter the space with that. We don't have a ton of it. So it was more important to get a full-size pantry cabinet to the right of the fridge. And obviously, nice features like this. We have trash drawer. You have a Lazy Susan over here. You have a spice rack here and a spice rack here. So you have tons of cool little features in here. And in this upstairs unit, we did all the finishes in matte black. And downstairs we did the stainless steel brushed nickel. And but didn't break the bank on finishes too, like this faucet, probably like $80, $100. You know, the tile that we chose for the backsplash, this was probably $5 a square foot for these oversized subway tiles in kind of this taupey color that matches the counters very, very nicely. This space over here, this wall wasn't here before. This was the kitchen. And I'll show you these befores. You'll flip over how this turned out. This was a kitchen before, so we closed it off, made it a kitchen. That was a laundry room over there. We made it a bathroom. And actually it was a big laundry room on the side, so we made it 2 bathrooms, one there and then one for the master in the adjacent room. But let's walk around and point out the finishes. Again, even the details of all the hinges, we made sure we bought black hinges, black hardware, even black door stoppers. Let's start in this room just so you can see the finishes. Again, the same ceilings that carried from the living room to here remained, so we kept those, stained them, touched them up. I wanted to keep them a little aged, so we kept those. We put a nice semi-flush mount light fixture that we're gonna put an Edison bulb in. Again, carried the same window treatments throughout the unit, and all new electrical, all new plumbing. This sliding door for the closet, I didn't want to use the mirrored ones. Even though these are a cheaper product than the mirror ones, they don't draw the attention that you don't want. When you see mirrored slider doors, you think apartment, cheap. These ones, you just don't notice them. They just disappear, We did a shelf and pull at a nice high height, so that way, if somebody wanted to put a second row, they can. And it's a nice deep closet too, so you could fit a lot of storage in there. The opening is 8 feet, then you got another 1.5 to 2 feet on each side. So you have almost a 10-foot closet here. And then in here, this was an old sort of laundry room corridor area, and we created it to be a 3/4 bath. Chose a really cool fun tile. It's kind of a chevron. It looks like a porcelanosa type tile if you take a look. It's really beautiful, and we did it on the horizontally. Put a little pony wall, a little half wall with a niche right here so you don't see the shampoo bottles. It keeps it really clean. And then we did black Delta faucets, a nice black drain, black Schluter trim. Nice toilets, streamlined toilets. They're skinny too, so they fit really nicely, but they're not the 2-piece toilets. These are 1-piece, nice toilets. It's not that much more either. I think I paid $150 per toilet. And then original double hung windows in this bathroom. And then we chose this vanity. This vanity I think was probably about $500, came with a top. It's beautiful, has a black finish, and the sort of grayish taupe matches perfectly with the vibe in here. And then a nice Home Depot black mirror that I found, and faucet, $50 I think for that. It comes with the drain, very straightforward. Towel bar set. Of course I love doing this too, is putting the robe hooks, because these are very useful. Nobody puts these, unless you live in a place, but this is perfect for getting out of the shower. Boom, you have right here a full-size towel bar, toilet, and you have a hand towel bar too. This is the powder room right off of the hallway, and I use the same vanity as the other one, but this one is a wood sort of a feeling one. It has like a walnut almost finish, and then same mirror combination, different towel bar sets. I like to mix it up bathroom to bathroom, because in a home like this, that's a multi-million-dollar home or a rental like $6,000 plus, you want every bathroom to look a little different. You can't have the same feel for every bathroom. It's gonna look like an apartment if you do that. So we chose a different vanity, different tiles, oversized 24 by 24 inch tiles, also matching in with that taupey gray vibe. And then we did a stackable washer dryer unit that we built in. We stole some space from there to in that bathroom, which was original, to accommodate this shower, and also accommodate the bathroom behind it. That's the ensuite for this bedroom. So here's a bedroom, original ceilings. I love this feature. It was actually more work to keep it and touch it up and fix it than it was to just start over and put new drywall. We chose the new doors. All the doors are a shaker style door, which is very fitting for these Craftsman homes. And again, a finish carried throughout. These doors I found in a garage. This was an original closet, but these doors I think were here at one time because they fit perfect. I had to shave them down a little bit, but not much. So these were in the garage, and we stained them to match the windows, and it turned out beautiful. It's just a small little 4-foot closet, but imagine putting like a mirrored door there, or this. Like, look at this charm, you know? This is way nicer to have this vibe. Again, semi-flush mount light fixture. We didn't do recessed lights. We could have. We have a tall ceiling in there, attic space, but having this flush mount, semi-flush mount light fixtures really plays into the character and age of the home, and we wanted to do that as much as possible throughout this house. Even the baseboards are original, you know, 9-inch baseboards, you know, and so we had to match those in a lot of areas, and we did a quarter round around them to disguise any gaps that were put in from the floors, because we didn't want to put in new baseboards if we could save the old. This was part originally of that one powder room. The original bathroom was quite large, and so we were able to fit 2 bathrooms and a laundry in this area. Again, not a huge double vanity. I like doing these because you still have a little drawer set in between, and you know, smaller sinks, smaller, you know, like areas, but having an ensuite, basically a second master like this with a double vanity is key. I hid the toilet off, behind this door is the toilet, so that way it's tucked away. You don't see a toilet in sight, which is what you want when you're designing, and you have that ability to do that. It saves space, tucks it away. Then I use the, you know, these nice towel bars. Again, I mixed these up from the other bathrooms. These are more of a pipe, and these faucets are like a piping, use a round. So we're doing a lot of rounds in this bathroom, round piping for this. Round mirror, round towel bars. You know, these have soft edges on the Delta fixtures that we chose. We wanted at least one bathroom that had a tub, so that way if this, you know, the renter has a child, they can bathe them in the tub. And so we chose this tub, and this tile is a textured kind of wallpaper-like feel to it. I really like this. And then we did a niche, and then cased it all off with a black Schluter trim. This bathroom has an original casement window. This one just happened to be white, so we kept it white, painted it, and then we put window treatments here too. Beautiful bathroom though. Okay, so here is the master. We wanted to have a lot of fun with this. It's not a huge master, but it has a lot of cool features, and it has everything you need for a master. So they had original wainscoting treatment with this paneling around the room. We kept that. We dialed it in. We extended this wall, so we extended the paneling, but it matched perfectly. And then has original French doors off to the backyard. The backyard we haven't messed with at all yet, because the ADU, we're gonna start that next. We finished these off. He could actually rent these too while we're working on the ADU, but I don't know what he's gonna do. Again, kept the original ceilings, the details, and put a semi-flush mount light fixture here. And then this area goes into the area that was a whole side of this house that was like this weird, like extension of the kitchen slash laundry. We were able to get 2 bathrooms on this side and a closet. This was kind of like a little sunroom type weird room over here that we turned into a master closet. This area here, we were able to sneak in a little hallway here and put a makeup cabinet. And I'll show you the befores. It doesn't look anything like this over here, but it came out beautifully. The bathroom, I kept the same 24 by 24 tiles as I used in the powder room. Put them in here as well. And again, a little bigger, double vanity. We mixed it up. The other bathrooms are white shaker, and then the other ones are veneered cabinetry. This one is a gray shaker, and then with the same counters that we used in the kitchen with the fake marble. And in here, we use more of a square feel. So these ones aren't super squared, but the towel bars are squared. The shower valves, we have a 3-way diverter, 2-way diverter. We have the handheld and the big sort of rain shower head. And then we did a linear shower drain as well. It's very dirty in here, I apologize. The cleaner hasn't come yet. And then we carried that same tile we used downstairs in the guest unit, that marble, the fake Carrera marble 12 by 24 inch tiles. And when they're put together, it looks like a big slab out there. It's beautiful, nice seamless glass with the square black trim. And then the toilet is over here. And we did a linen tower in here too. Come check this out. We did a linen tower. And then the toilet, we also wired it. So if you, at a later time, want to put a fancy toilet like a Toto, you have that ability because the power is there for it. So you can be really mindful to the price point of the homes that you're designing. If you have a house that's teetering $1.5, $2 million, you want to do stuff like that. You may not want to put the toilet, you know, because that's an expensive, it's like $2,000 toilet, but having that wired for it goes a really, really long way. We put a nice full wall of mirror here. We were able to sneak in a transom light mirror above it, window above it to bring in some of that natural light. But beautiful. And then here, every woman or man will love this. So we converted this whole back space. We closed off a window that was in the back, and we made a nice big walk-in closet. And then we kept that original window there and built a nice drawer set right here. You can put your watches, charge your phone. We wired that in specifically for that. And there's a couple other outlets throughout inside of here, but this is a good sized closet. Anybody who is gonna be renting at this caliber will appreciate this just as much as the kitchen. Alrighty guys, another beautiful one in the books. I hope you like this design deep dive. It's a beautiful property. I'm really happy that I'm the one to renovate this because I like to keep a lot of the originality and charm. A lot of other people just strip that stuff away. And in an area like this, it's so important to keep that original charm because it helps you not only with values, but it just helps you just feel good about yourself for not ruining something and gentrifying something. You know, you're dialing in. I really wanted to keep things like floors and this, but it just wasn't salvageable. So there's some things you just can't keep, you have to replace. But bringing this in to a new generation of families to love and cherish and appreciate, that's everything to me. That's almost worth more than the money that you get for these projects. But it's in the owner's hands now. These keys, you know, this is where you start getting the separation anxiety. You know, you put your love into these homes and then boom, you know, but that's why you do it. I've got hundreds of these all over the city that I've done. It's beautiful. I love it. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. And remember guys, design, invest, and repeat.